I'm having rice and fish patty. Uh, we call it bai and brahat, brahat fish patty. It's made with tilapia fish, and it has all of the the spices. It has lemongrass, I think, lemon leaf, but it's all grounded, right? And then you mix it with the fish patty, and then you fry it. But nicely seasoned. It's really good. I'm eating it with rice. Um, typical me, I don't. I generally go with my hand first before I use a spoon. But I want to talk about this this existence, right? It's interesting because it's like gameplay. Have you guys ever played Roblox, right? When you go to Roblox, you can choose the different games and different worlds you want to get into. You know what I mean? And then when you get into that world, you spawn into it, right? But here's a thing that kind of, let's say this existence right here is life. It's just like that, right? Like Roblox, right? Before we got into this game, they tell you what you what you start off with, right? Now we don't know if anyone just comes back as a they're spawning back into the game, right? As a as an adult, right? But we all know that we start off as a baby, right? And then within that baby, we don't get to choose um, who we get born into, right? What family, what type of life, what type of circumstance. So unless other people are spawning any other different way, like wormholes and whatnot, which we don't know about, maybe they are, you know what I mean? Like that's why the whole concept of like flat earthers are so interesting, right? Because it seems like the world is not what they told us it was, right? Anyway, that's what I was thinking earlier today. When you think about gameplay, that's what you think about, right? You think about, okay, like, hey, I'm gonna spawn into this world right now. How do I beat it? How do I accomplish it, right? And so we spend our whole lifetime trying to figure something out, but trying to be as happy as possible, right? And thing is, how do you exit the game safely and happily? You know what I mean? Do you win the level? And how do you win the level? You know? We know the levels already. Kinda. Anyway. You want to be successful, you want to make a lot of money, you want to be able to marry, um, up. You know what I mean? Just be the happiest you can be. Welcome in, welcome in. If you guys want to ask me anything, let me know. Come by, up a hut. Here's my advice, okay? When you're making these, and you don't want to be surprised about the type of meat that goes into it, you buy pre-cut tilapia from Walmart. You know what I mean? And you give it to your mom. I said, Mom, make butt. Don't use any other meat but the one I gave you, right? and then you won't get any of the other stuff. Y'all can ask me anything. Ask me about my workout routines. I don't work out. Ask anybody. I don't gym. I don't do anything. I'm 44. Some of y'all gym every day. I don't think I have the genes either to. Yeah, I don't have the genes. I know I don't have the genes. But I know when I let go, I let go. You know what I mean? When I'm doing it right, I'm doing it right. I think it's to master what you eat. At one point, I wanted to come on here and motivate people, right? Giving them um, positive vibes. You know what I mean? Positive, feel good energy, right? I don't know. I just not everyone takes in feedback the same way. You know what I mean? People can take in feedback and like they just won't. It's just not good enough. You know what I mean? Like it's not taken in seriously, or they're not changing the belief structure, right? That's why sometimes if you know the person, right, tough love is it's probably the way to go because people need structure. But you have to gauge it though. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna give this person tough love, right? They might hate you for it. Why would you do that to yourself? You know what I mean? You're not someone that just out there trying to control people's lives. You know what I mean? Oh, my parents home. Tapos din lang. Iba na. All right, guys. Have a good day.